All right, bro. So you already know where you're going, bro. The first thing we're gonna talk about today is the game one of the NBA Finals. So if y'all saw the game last night, I'm assuming
Absolutely.
y'all saw what happened.
Yep.
Oh
Love it.
man, Pacers took game one to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, beating them 111 to 110. How'd y'all feel about that game, man? I want to go first.
I'll go first. I was like the entire game, like I felt like for the first um for the entire game, because I felt like the first half, the second half of the fourth, I felt like the Thunder had everything in control. Like the Thunder, no, the Pacers were inching their way, and the Thunder's like, let me go on a little run real quick, and then it was back and forth, and then the second half of the fourth quarter happens, and some things which is weird, like I felt like it took a long time for Shea to get back in the game. Like, didn't he rest a long period of time before he got back in fourth?
Yeah, he was on the bench for a minute. He was on the bench for like 5-8 minutes.
No, it gotta be five at that point because you gotta secure the win at all costs. You have to do the Tom Thibodeau strat, like in the finals. Clearly, that didn't work for Thibodeau because he did it all game. But like, if you've been conserving your minutes the entire playoffs and regular season, fuck it. You could go 48 minutes in the finals if you're the star player. At least, and also some of the key role players like Jalen Williams. He deserves to play 40 because Jalen Williams has been inconsistent this whole playoffs. He'd be shining, and then in some games he'd be shooting tour dates.
Mm-hmm.
Another tour date.
Yeah, and he did it today. He was like 6 for 19 or some shit like that. But I honestly blame this on the coaching staff. Um, Besides the fact that Shea got this, he got in late. Like he had a phenomenal game, but with with point 0.3 seconds left in the clock, what I'll do as a coach is that I'll have Shea Holgrove and Isaiah Hartenstein in the court together, and probably have some screens set around, maybe some drop. I won't say drop screen, but it's like try to have a screen so that one of them could get the alley oop. But I saw none of them on the court. At that point, I was confused.
Yeah, I think
So
they're just trying to get like a shot off really quick. Um,
yeah, with point three, the best bet is just alley oop it to a center. It,
And that was gonna be tough because when you peep, like the Pacers came out and they called a timeout, and then
yeah.
because they at first they had someone guarding the ball, guarding the inbounder, then they did, and they had Miles Turner just right there in the paint. Because
Hmm.
at that point it's not goaltending if you throw a ball up towards her, he can just smack that shit away. So like
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be tough for them to do. Either way, I think they were trying to look for like a quick, shot, just Shea get it, shoot it type. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
do these people not do these people not know what volleyball is? Do people not spike it? Like, come on, just like
I don't
spike
know,
it.
bro. Point three is tough, bro. Point
that's
I'm
three
too
is
telling you,
tough.
fast.
no one does that.
Like 1 second
That's what
is
I would have
one
done. I'll
thing.
be like,
Like you literally tap the ball. Like you really can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't
or
really
like even
catch and shoot.
underhand, or even underhand.
You can't even get a
nah,
catch and shoot with that. I don't think.
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
fuck
Like
it. I might just
yeah,
spike
yeah.
it.
Even with catch and shoot, bro, you gotta be like, I don't know. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like once it was point three, it was virtually like
It was a wrap.
it was wraps, bro. Like it
Hmm.
was if they won that
Yeah.
game, that still would have been the craziest thing like of all time. That was crazy. What do you think about the game, Trev?
Uh, I think it. I think OKC lost that game more than Indiana won it. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like they controlled that whole game.
Yeah.
It's a bad loss though, man. They
It is.
Indiana turned the ball over 24 times, bro, to their six or
Yep.
seven. Like, bro, you're not supposed to lose a game when the team had 24 turnovers. You know what I mean? Like, that's a
Hmm.
lot of turnovers, bro. Like,
Hmm.
they had as many turnovers as they did assists, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
They had
Or
19 in the first half alone.
yeah, like that's and OKC only had 11 fast break points off of 24 turnovers. That's another issue though too. You know what I mean? Like all those turnovers, 14 steals only led to 11 points of fast break points. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. And I was confused too. What's going on with Chet? Why did Chet play so little?
I have no idea.
Is he a liability now? To I mean, just people getting exposed. I mean, because
I don't
it's
know.
new to me. Like I'm like why was he? I mean, he played like 28 minutes, something like that. Like
24. I know he was
that's
struggling
that's
today.
crazy to me. Like for that to be one of your main pieces, game one, like
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me. So
What
uh
wasn't he? Was he in foul trouble?
no, he had one foul,
yeah,
Oh,
something weird. I'm not sure why
one
he
turnover
was.
too. He was just struggling shooting wise, but it's still not a reason for
You got to keep him in
his
there.
minutes. Yeah,
If
and
that's
it's
your
not.
if that's your number 2 or 3, he's supposed to be on the floor.
Yeah, that's why I think it's coaching malpractice.
And I will give credit to the Pacers though. Those players stepped up. I mean, Nemhard, that little tween little.
Yeah,
I was like when he hit Shea with that, I was like, all right, hold on. This game,
yeah,
this is. You know what I mean? Like that was tough. Like they weren't even looking to give Halliburton the ball. It was Nebhard and Neesmith. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, them boys
yeah.
is balling right now, cause
Obi
yeah,
cause
Toppin showed out too.
and oh yeah, Obi made like 5 threes. Like
yeah,
that. That's
yeah,
a not. But see, that's a good anomaly though, because you need that type of a game from those. You just need like that for one time. You know what I mean? So now we
yeah,
need
Yeah,
like next like now they need like
Ben Shepherd.
Halliburton to have a third. You know, he needs one of his games. You know what I
mm,
Yeah,
mean? And you need to go down the line like that. So great win for Indy. It could get spooky for OKC if I think even if the game is close Sunday and OKC wins, it's going to be this series might go
yeah,
7 games. Like that
yeah,
that won't feel good if I was OKC and I come out and only win game 2 by 3-4 points. Like that's spooky. So shout out to Halliburton. Hey, I gotta give my respect to him now because I was
yeah,
a few months ago I think I was shitting on him on the podcast saying he's not
yeah,
top 10.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
top ten point guard in the league. You
yeah.
can't. I mean, he got his team in the finals. He's hit it like a game winner. What all series? Like
Every
each
Yep.
series.
series, yeah, yeah. Every
That's
series
Yeah,
is
that's
hit a game winner.
that's
Historic run,
crazy. That's crazy.
generational run.
yeah,
Yeah,
For sure, bro. It's gonna
yeah,
feed families for the next. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's one of those type of runs, bro.
that's
Like
fact.
it's
yeah.
impressive. It's impressive.
Like that's just something that can't be ignored. Like ever since he got called overrated, it's like
He's
he
been going
turned.
crazy.
Yeah, battery
Yeah,
in his back. Yeah,
that's like
Just like
everyone. You go
he only
ahead,
had
Steph.
he only had 14 points, and 12
Yeah,
ups into that point. You know what I mean? It was such a quiet game, like, but bro,
yeah,
he's clutch, bro. Like you might have
yeah,
to start having that clutch, argument about Halliburton now. I mean,
yeah. I think the last couple of winners were like Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry, and Halliburton eclipsed them all in one
well,
playoff run.
but that's regular season they talking about.
I
That's
know.
regular season. This is playoffs, so it's a different
Yeah,
award. That's like a regular season award. That's my only
right,
thing with that.
yeah.
right.
It's
I heard they calling him the Taliban Taliban out here.
Yeah, Halliburton.
Taliban.
Yeah, Taliban. Nah,
Yeah,
bro. For me,
that might.
that nigga the Grim Reaper to me, bro. That nigga the Grim Reaper. The last thing you
Yeah,
see before he put you out, man, is this Halliburton run to the
For
three
real.
point line is ooh,
yeah. It's
oh
like
man.
I don't know what's scarier: 2017 Warriors or down six with 2 minutes left in in a game, Indiana Pacers.
Definitely the Warriors. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Not yet, not yet,
Not
not
yet,
yet,
bro. Because
Yeah,
not
here's
yet.
the thing, bro. Here's the thing about I'm not gonna say it is luck. There's definitely some luck involved, but like that shit can only take you so far. Like it's gonna be like they're gonna need it to win like this whole entire series. And it's not gonna happen. That's just how luck works. You can have the best luck up until this point, and when you
yeah,
really really need it, it don't come through for you. So
Unless he's really him, and
yeah,
he's blooming now. We're seeing it in live action. Like, what if he? You know what I
nah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
what if he
nah.
goes on? Like you say, he's on a generational run. What if he like turns up and we're like, yo, we're seeing something that we've never seen this dude do before. Like next
He
level.
is, but I would need to see that consistency for me to say that. It's not like he over here like consistently dropping like 20 plus point games. Now, mind you, last night he did have a quiet double double. Nigga had 10. He's a guard. He had 10 rebounds,
10 boards.
16 points. So like that's not a light stat. Like he definitely contributed. I just don't think in terms of like domination and scoring, he's not like that yet, in my opinion.
and
I would say, go ahead, Sean.
I don't think that's what makes Halliburton a dominant play is his assists without being able to turn
Yeah,
over the ball. His
yeah,
floor generals, it's
yeah.
like it's much more dominant than
Right.
anyone getting like a 20-point game average like
Tyree
Jalen Green.
Tyrese Halliburton, he like a Chris Paul type nigga. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give him assists. I can see his career kind of playing out in that way. I just hope he do get a championship. I think also he a little bit more flashy. You know, he got the he know how to talk to the media. It got to be the shoes. That was tough.
Yeah, yeah, that was
That
tough.
was
Yeah,
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 tough.
yeah.
It got to be the shoes. Is tough, bro. Like I need a poster with that on it because that's great marketing. I think that's the thing that people
yeah,
like about Tyrese, and this is gonna improve his stock because NBA is a business. It's a
yep,
business. So all the stuff, the choking, all that stuff is gonna improve his stock with that too.
yeah.
Um, a couple quick things that I saw from the game is we already talked about not converting the turnovers. That was crazy. I was
Yep.
seeing them get all these steals, and the
And
fact that they couldn't
taking
convert
charge.
it, and it was so close the whole entire game, made me extremely nervous. I was like, the whole entire
Yeah,
game, I'm like, yo, like this is too close, bro. This
I
is too
know.
close.
I know that I said that I felt like the Thunder were in control in the first half, but I'm gonna say it. For them to have 19 turnovers, the fact that they were down like the Pacers were down like 11 points. You serious?
That's glaring.
11.
Well, OKC didn't shoot that good. Like if you look at the stats, bro, like I
Yeah,
think obviously SGA had a good game. He was
yeah.
38 points, but like
He
the
showed up.
rest of the team didn't really thrive, and that's where the Pacers won. Pacers won
Yeah,
by committee. Everyone was hooping in the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was an even spread. I feel like Thunder it was more so SGA was doing his thing, but the rest of the team couldn't really dominate as much as I would have wanted them to. And Chet got to make layups, bro. I know he wasn't in the game that much, but like I honestly hate it's a pet peeve of mine when I see a 7-footer miss layups, bro. Like
yeah.
he missed
That's
That's
he that's
unacceptable.
very.
unacceptable, bro. You don't have to jump. Honestly, you don't gotta jump to dunk the ball, bro. Like you
No.
Yeah,
shouldn't be missing layups.
yeah,
and
Yeah.
and the last thing I was just gonna say is, I knew shit was gonna get spooky when Shea pushed him hard, bro. When Shea pushed him hard, that's when shit kind of took a turn for the worse, bro. And then after that, because Nimhard and Shea know each other, like
It's
they both
Canadian League.
exactly both play in the Canadian League. And I
yeah,
think when you play a nigga that you know, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like if I'm playing Josh. I don't care. Like
You're
we're
not
so
scared of
close.
them.
I'm
yeah,
not scared. I don't care if he's MVP. I'm
Right.
still giving you I know you, nigga. Like I know your
Right. Right.
moves. Like, so I
Yep.
think that's what we saw when he hit the little tween step
yeah.
back. That's what he was saying. Like nigga, I know you, bro. I don't care if you're MVP. Like you Shay, nigga. Like like I don't. So I think that's what we saw with that. And then that shit got real crazy after that.
Yeah, but
You
man,
still got you still got OKC though.
Yes, you don't. I still think I don't know actually. I
I
don't
need to
know.
see next game.
I don't want to be flip floppy like that because I'm usually not
Yeah,
like I know I said OKC in 5, which
yeah,
I feel crazy saying that because now it's like OKC would have to win the next 4, which I don't think they're going to do.
yeah.
Uh, and like I said, I'm rooting for the Pacers. That's who I want to see win. Like I said, I don't mess with OKC like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I know some of that has to do with Josh, how much he's glazing them. Like
Oh
that's his
my.
favorite team, bro. That shit is sickening, bro. But
Yeah.
I still think OKC probably does it, but it's gonna definitely take 6-7 games.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna take 6-7 games.
We got to see. I mean, the scary thing about this game, right? And this is why it's kind of hard to speak on it now is that they turned the ball over like you said, like 25 times.
24 times.
And the game was that close. So it was pretty close the whole entire game. Like they kept it pretty close. I mean, it did balloon
Yeah.
up to like 13, I think was the most, but like it
Yep.
wasn't like a huge lead,
Nope.
So
No.
obviously Rick Carlisle is a great coach. He's gonna
Phenomenal
make the
coach.
adjustments. Phenomenal. He's gonna make the adjustments.
He's a
I don't
championship
see them
coach.
exactly. I don't see them
Yeah.
turn the ball over 30 times again or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
So if you couldn't beat them this game when they turn the ball over like that many times, it makes you wonder about the next game. Like, damn, what's gonna happen?
And plus, Halliburton is going to do better. Like,
Yeah.
I will give my props to Rick Carlisle. Like, not gonna lie. Like, what Rick Carlisle has done with this Indiana offense is shows me that he is very much deserved championship coach because of the fact that the way how he operates the Pacers was different than how he operated mostly in the Dallas offense when they had Dirk Nowitzki because it was similar to like
Mm,
it was a Dirk-centered offense. Like it revolves
Hmm.
around Dirk Nowitzki. Then you obviously had other guys who stepped up to the plate like Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, JJ Barrera, Tyson Chandler.
mm,
But it was we all knew it was based off Dirk Nowitzki,
yeah.
and he showed out big. That's one of the greatest championships of all time based on the level of competition he has faced. And now in a very modernized like NBA game, Rick Carlisle has not only adapted, but he has surrounded Halliburton and Siakam with good players off the bench and has completely made sure that every single one of them has become useful and ready to go. It's
Mm,
like I get a little reminiscent of my man Eric Spoelstra. Like we know how them G League players do. He gets them ready to be in shape and they show out in the playoffs. That heat dark magic. What Rick Carlisle has done is like I saw that I will mod, but Rick Carlisle being able to adapt, it gets me looking at Doc Rivers and Tom Thibodeau, and those two coaches they have not evolved their style, and it's getting hard for them to for their championship windows as a coach. Is I think it's closed for Tom Thibodeau officially,
mm,
You know.
unless
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
unless he like I don't hear an excuse about the bench, bro. But like I get that the bench was not like even average, but like I like to see like him given more faith in the regular season so that they could get preparation and training. Like the whole
mm,
40 minutes in the regular season, like consistently, is bullshit. So it's like,
mm.
and this is why because you're going to rely too much on those guys, and a young fresh team like a Pacers with 10 bodies gonna run them out the floor.
Mm.
So
I will say there's two niggas right now who's loving this, bro. There's two niggas I know for a fact loving this. First person I'm gonna say is Tyrese's pops, bro. I don't know if y'all
yeah,
saw, but they switched the camera to him at the end of the game, bro. It took everything in him. He was trying to control himself, bro. He saw him trying to control
yeah,
himself. He was having, it was dope, bro. Imagine like your son going
yeah.
crazy the whole entire
On-
series. I know, Pop's going crazy, and then Reggie Miller. You know
But I was
Reggie
gonna say
Miller.
Reggie
oh,
Miller.
Yes, he's living right now. Like I
for
saw it. I
sure.
sent in the group
Yeah,
chat his reaction at home. His family they
yeah.
going
I saw
crazy.
that.
Like that's dope, man.
Yeah, like this is.
Just
You go ahead, Trav.
no, I was just going to touch back on on the Indiana team, just
Yeah,
how complete that team is playing. Like they had six guys in double digits, almost seven. McConnell had nine. I mean,
Yeah,
just how complete everyone was playing.
yeah.
yeah.
Is I think was different. And I'm not even sure if Halliburton is the best player on the team because Siakam is
Yeah,
still.
Siakam
You know
showed
what I mean?
out.
Siakam is a problem right now, and he's got the
Yeah.
championship experience himself. You know what I mean? So
It's
Yep.
Siakam. In my
I feel
opinion, I
like
think Siakam's the best one.
yeah, and I feel like he's definitely carrying that well. You know what I mean? He's
Yep.
like a quiet, great player. You know what I mean? Like you don't look at. I don't think people respect him like he's one of those guys, but he's that dude doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think it's like if you know, you know. Like if you like watch basketball, like and you see him
Yeah.
play, you know he's a dog. But if you a casual, you're gonna be like, oh, Tyrese Halliburton, just because of like marketing wise, you know,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 cleaner image.
Yeah. Like.
Let's go. Oh, yes, something else to add, Sean?
Yeah. I was gonna say like I'm very happy that Reggie Miller might live through a Pacers championship. Like I've always felt bad for Reggie Miller because the last season of his NBA career, it was the best team he had, and they were built because they lost the previous year in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Detroit Pistons, and they were poised to. They got Steven Jackson. They added in that extra like core piece, and they were looking to make that deep run, maybe even win it all. Because who won? The Spurs won that year, and instead their team just fought the fans. So it's
Mm,
like it could all shoulda, could, woulda, but that was the Reggie Miller career ended on a should have been playoff hard fought one, and for the fact that he could now live through a Pacers finals one, it makes me feel happy for Reggie. Not gonna lie.
Sometimes that's just how life goes. But we're gonna move to the next topic. We're gonna talk about Kevin Durant potential landing spots. And there's
Ooh.
a lot of talk around the league right now where Kevin Durant's going to go. It's basically another sweep. It's a thing. What part? Kevin Durant sweepstakes part two or part three at this point. Um, there's been a lot of names in the air. There's been New York. There's been Miami. There's been most recently is the Toronto Raptors, the Warriors, like the Rockets. I feel like every single team is talking about getting Kevin Durant. The
Yeah,
Timberwolves. Um,
I heard him too.
yeah, like so. Where do y'all see him going? How do y'all feel about him leaving the Suns? Trav, you can start us off with this one.
I mean, I know I like Durant. I just
Yeah,
don't know how much I would want to give up for it. He's going to be 37 in September. You know what I
Yeah.
yeah,
mean? That's the only thing I'm worried about is that his age and some of his previous injuries. Just don't know
yeah,
if I'm would be willing to give up. I heard a package the Knicks was offering in a season, or that they would offer is like Cat, someone else in the first round pick, and it's like, are they already ready to give up on Cat and just take on 37-year-old Durant? I mean, I guess that squad would look nice, but it's like
Eh,
they still don't have the depth. You know what I mean? So I mean, you still have issues. You're gonna be the same type of team. Like you don't have a bench.
they will have lost to the Celtics.
Toronto, like who do you have to get rid? Like that's the thing. Is like who are these teams want to get rid of? And I don't think Kevin Durant wants to go anywhere where it's like I'm not gonna be in contention. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go
yeah.
here
He's
just
so
to
for
be a
that shit.
guy. Like yeah, he wants. I think he's definitely won championships at this point. I mean, I don't know how cool him and Draymond are. I wouldn't mind seeing him just go back to Golden State. You know what I mean? Like and just
I think
embrace
he
that.
should. Honestly, he should. Like
Yeah,
I don't know why.
like I said, I don't think the fans dislike KD. I think it's just it was locker room,
Yeah.
front office shit with KD. You know what I mean? Like I felt like he felt disrespected with how everything's went on there. Some of those other teams though, I just don't think. I think you have to gut your whole team just to get them. Hold on, baby. And I just don't know if it's worth it for a 37-year-old.
Yeah, like the fact that he's 37 and the last two teams has there were some issues with the last two teams that Durant has had. The Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets. Doesn't matter if he caused them or not, there were issues. So, and since leaving, like Brooklyn Nets are still in shambles. Like I know they got back some picks because the Knicks stupidly gave the Knicks gave them 4 first round picks from Mikal fucking Bridges. And then
It's
the
crazy.
Phoenix, yeah, that's might be most stu that might be very stupid. But and then the Phoenix Suns, who are right now are in despair. They have no talent, no picks to like 2030. So like literally the next pick they're gonna have might as well be the fourth grader that is like in fucking whatever. So it's like they're screwed. And I kind of don't want anyone to go all in on Durant because like we're watching the finals, they're both deep. And if you're going to give up Durant without giving up that much, you're going to have to accept that your team's not going to win a championship. I'm sorry to tell you all that. But I know Phoenix has lowered their asking price, but we still don't know what was the original asking price. So it's
I
like,
think the only way it's going to work is if teams are willing to give up just a bunch of picks. Like you have a team that's in the Suns, and the Suns might take it because, like you said, the Suns don't have any picks. So the Suns might be like, all right, give us
yeah,
your next four-year first round picks. And the team might be like, fuck it, we're I like where our team
yeah,
is at. We'll take that 4-year loss for Durant, and we get to keep our
yeah,
core together. So I mean, I think it's the only way it works for any of these teams.
yeah.
But
I
no, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I also think the Phoenix Suns should blow up because the best, like that squad's not winning, and you just might as well just say, yeah, we tried, it's not working. The best bet is to develop some young talent and get like 3 or 4 picks. You could definitely get Devin Booker for some pick capital, like, and then Bradley Beal, GG. But it's like I'm trying to just think about what do y'all two think is his best landing spot?
I was gonna say the Spurs. To be real with you, I think the Spurs because like it's just trying to think about okay, what does he want? He's got. I think at his age now, he's not trying to go to no. He's not trying to go to Cavs. I don't think he would want to go to Timberwolves just because he don't want to go to Minnesota. I'm trying to think of like city-wide. Where would he be comfortable living? Texas is not a bad place to be at. I'm not gonna lie. You go to San Antonio. Next thing, Kevin Durant has said multiple times the reason he went to the Golden State was because they play basketball the right way. I think the Spurs have been infamously known to have
Yeah,
a good organization. They play basketball the right way. It's a good organization. I always hear good things about it, and
phenomenal culture.
phenomenal coaching. Now you have Pop, who's the president of basketball operations. So I think
Yep.
you combine all that with the chance to also be a competitor with Wemby and De'Aaron Fox, and they have the young pieces to trade with. They have maybe I'm not sure they would trade Steven Castle, but they have like a lot of young pieces, some picks to
And
kind
a
of
number two
build
pick.
and a number two pick. So I mean, that's the place I see Kevin Durant going. The place I do not, if Kevin Durant, bro, if Kevin Durant cares anything about his legacy, he will not go to the New York Knicks. I swear to God,
Yup.
bro. He will ruin his legacy if he goes to the New York Knicks.
What
Like,
what makes you say what would it be? What would be ruined? Like what would? Because he's
bro,
gonna
it's a New
ball.
York Knicks. It's a New York Knicks, bro. I promise you. It's going because here's the thing, right? He's a Phoenix Sun, so I think by being in the Phoenix, right, like this last few years, he's gone away with a lot of shit, a lot of losing shit. New York is going. It's going to be a different type of shit in New York, bro. KD already be going back and forth for niggas, bro. If he in New York, bro, he ain't going. And honestly, he might
Yeah.
not even go to New York just because Stephen A. Smith likes the New York Knicks. So he might.
Yeah.
That might be enough reason for him not to go there. But I think the New York Knicks got to have some continuity, bro. They can't keep switching up their whole entire roster. You just got Cat, bro. Y'all made it farther than y'all ever have. Ever have in the last like what 20 years? Y'all ready to trade Cat already? You just got him, bro. You just got him. He's 37 years old. New York always does this, bro. New York always they always want to switch everything around. They want to fire the coach as soon as some shit don't work out. Like, bro, just let it sit. Let them build some continuity. Get a bench. I think they can do what they can accomplish a championship without Kevin Durant. They don't got to trade up their whole entire future to get Kevin Durant. It's gonna be like it's gonna be the opposite of what they need. They're gonna get it, and knowing New York, Kevin Durant's gonna go there, and then Kevin Durant's gonna get injured, and then he's gonna like it's not gonna be good, bro. So Kevin Durant, if you care about your career and legacy, go to a team like the Spurs, not the Heat, because Pat Riley there. Go to the
Yeah.
Spurs,
Our squad does not have what it takes. We do not have the bench. But I'll
Yeah,
Or
happily take you.
what about going back to Golden State? You're cool. Would you like that as a
for
Golden State
sure.
fan?
I
The
mean,
bench won't
I,
suffice.
I was trying to give like be unbiased. I don't want to sound biased, but yeah, I think Golden State, bro, like we have the team. We have a we're a win, we're a win now. If he wants to go and win now, we are a really good win now team for Kevin Durant. He's played with Curry before. He trusts Curry. You can tell he trusts Curry because in the Olympics, who did he give the ball to? LeBron was wide open. Who did he give the ball to?
Yeah.
Stephen fucking Curry.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
And
you
also,
know
KD and Jimmy were teammates in the 2016 Olympics.
exactly. So like, there's a lot of pieces on there that he has to work with. It's a great team for him to win now. He's been there before. He always said like, they take care. The organization does take care of you. And when he
Yeah.
declined mid-season, he said on the I think he was talking to that shorty. He was like, it's not that he didn't want to go back. It's more so just like mid-season. Like he didn't want to like get traded mid-season. That was the biggest thing. So
Yeah.
and he
But
have a
this,
bench. So I
yeah,
think that'd be dope for him.
Do
yeah, but
y'all would y'all have to get rid of some pieces, or you think would you
Kuminga.
just
Kaminga's
okay?
not enough.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna have to give up like your next 3-4 picks,
You might have to give up more than Kaminga,
and
like
and I feel like that
Quincy
team is
Post.
aging as itself. So it's like I wouldn't necessarily want to give up my next 3-4 picks because, like I said, between Curry, Durant, and Draymond, you got a max 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For them to be still balling how they're balling, like you got maybe 3 years. Draymond might be the first one to drop out. You know what I mean? But like Curry and Durant, I give them 3 more years. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Durant's
Yeah.
gonna do the whole LeBron playing when he's 41, 40. Like, I could be wrong though, because he loves ball. You know what I mean? He likes
Yeah.
balling. So I mean, hey, he might push it if he's healthy, but
Yeah.
what I mean, y'all window is like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And the fact that the window, it doesn't, like, I question it, not because of Kevin Durant, not because of Corey, or even the roster. Draymond Green he is the biggest enigma for the Golden State Warriors because he is such a wild card on and off the court. Like, unless he knows how to keep his act together for a season, because ever since his last one, he's had too many incidents. I'm
They
sure we
need they need
all know
Draymond
what they
still.
are.
I
So
mean, are you saying he's gonna mess up? He's gonna mess up with KD again? Is that what you're saying, Sean?
there's there's potential, and the fact that there's even potential in the first place makes it scary.
I trust Draymond. I trust he's matured since then.
Yeah, especially since Jimmy Butler is still there, and Jimmy Butler is still very capable of dropping 30 night if he wants to.
Nah, that
I'm
that
not.
that
I'm
would be
not
a
sure about that, bro.
that would be a trade piece for me. Actually, I forgot about Jimmy. He'd be in that trade
Yeah.
package.
Uh,
Jimmy, Kaminga, and then some picks.
You saw how he did us, bro. You saw how Jimmy Butler did
I
us.
mean,
He's going to cause a scene.
Jimmy wanted to. He really wanted to be in Phoenix in the first place. Like he would remember that he wanted to be. He declined originally the Warriors trade offer when he was in Miami because he
Mhm.
wanted to go to the Suns, but then it didn't work out that way. So hey, you might be right with that one.
But he probably wanted to be with the Suns with Durant. He don't want to be the
Yeah,
Suns down there by himself with fucking.
He
I
he,
mean,
he
he
might
might.
have.
He still get the
Yeah,
ball with
Bill.
Booker. You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
Booker. Yeah, Bill.
that's not winning your titles, brother.
Bill's a nasty name drop, yo. I don't think anyone's respecting Bill right now, yo. Like Bill is like saying like a bench
Yo,
player, bro.
yo,
Like
Yeah,
we
get
like
not
your
the way.
name back, Bill. Get your name back, bro. They
like
don't.
you for real. He's got to, bro. Because right now Bill is looking like dog. Come on, 12th man.
Yeah,
Like I
Beal
don't care
is
if he's on the court, bro. Like he just getting
Beal's
paid.
like his name's so down in the gutter. You might as well call
Yo,
him Ben Simmons.
he was so nice, bro. He was so nice. I don't know what happened.
He
He
got
just
Phoenix.
I'm not lying. That no trade clause, bro. It's giving like he a bad bitch now, bro.
you're
It's
right.
giving bad bitch.
Yeah,
It's giving bad bitch
bad
energy.
bitch, none no less.
He on the bench, just chilling on the bench, like yo, y'all can't trade me.
That's
Like
nasty.
Yeah,
fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't know about that one, bro. Yeah, shout out to Bill, bro. We
yeah,
Hey,
hope we hope
get
you get your
paid.
name back, bro. Yeah, get paid, bro. Get your name
Get
back too, brother.
yeah.
paid.
A-
Um,
As for what I will like,
yeah.
Katie to go.
Hmm.
Um, I know there's a lot of options, but the best bet will probably be the Spurs because that number two pick, it could
Yeah,
jumpstart on the Phoenix Suns rebuild.
yeah,
And fact is that I think Phoenix still no, San Antonio, they do have a couple picks. They have not dumped it all, and you don't have to give up that depth because San Antonio, they have depth right now. They got Steven Castle, you got um Jeremy Sohan, Keldon
yeah,
Johnson,
yeah,
Devin Vassell.
yeah,
I think they need a backup center, but
yeah,
that squad, if they keep it all,
yeah.
that is a contender because
It is, yeah.
I'm all about depth and right now in today's NBA, and I don't want anyone giving up too much or
Hmm.
yeah, it's just all
And,
about
and you need that big three. I think P said it before. Like it seems like the model for a championship in this current era is like the big three. But having that Wemby, KD, De'Aaron Fox combos
yeah,
is kind of scary.
yeah. And I'll
Kinda
expect Chris
scary.
Paul to come back.
Oh, I
Like
forgot Chris Paul's still there too.
no, he's a
Yeah,
free agent, but if they get Kevin Durant without giving up
Yeah,
much, I'll expect Chris Paul to give it a shot because
bet
Chris Paul
bet
is still
minimum.
yeah, Chris Paul is still the best player to help benefit a big man's
yeah.
career. And plus, he can mentor De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle. And
AC
still
games too.
10. That's a great case scenario for Chris Paul.
Yeah, looking like Spurs the move. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That would
Unfortunately,
be a nasty team because if I'm the Spurs, I'm trying to
yeah,
keep my core together. Like you can have
Yeah.
this year's second round pick or not second
yeah,
round, second pick. Like I would trade that
yeah,
instantly because it's not Cooper Flag. Here's my second pick and some
yeah,
more picks and maybe some bench players. Like let's get
Yeah.
yeah,
this rolling. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a
yeah.
nasty team in the West.
And the taxes, bro. Kevin Durant, the taxes and Spurs,
Yeah, no,
and also you got to think too. Like I know
Wemby.
I know they're paying De'Aaron Fox, but Wemby's still on a rookie contract. You
yep.
know, so there's a lot of people on contract right now who you don't gotta like break the bank for. So you have probably the capital to like
Get
to
some more.
splurge on a KD.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right, guys. All right, so we're gonna move to the next topic. We're gonna switch over to football.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
your favorite boy Aaron Rodgers is headed to the Steelers, baby. Steeler Nation. It's
Still a
announced that he's
nation.
signing. Yeah, Steeler
Hey, that's my
Nation.
trademark. I'm Sean Nation. Come on now.
He's signing a 1-year deal with the Steelers. He's expected to attend minicamp. It says. How do y'all feel about this move for Aaron Rodgers, and how do you think it's going to affect the Steelers this season?
I love it because that team is going to be trash. It's perfect. This team is in my division. They aren't that move doesn't make them better than us, and it doesn't make them better than the Bengals. They're better than the Browns because the Browns are just trash. Cool, but that team that team doesn't look any better than what he had at the Jets. You know what I mean? Like they do got DK Metcalf, but after that receiver room looks shaky. Uh, Running back wise, I think they have an old Cordell Patterson and they got Kenneth Gainwell. Uh, Whatever, you know what I mean? Like the only thing they can hold their hat on is defense. Like that, the AFC North, all those teams have defenses. That's one thing that's, Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers always have a defense. So he's got that going for him. But I, yo, dog, he's 41. He's Aaron Rodgers, but that team doesn't look like I said. He couldn't make anything shake with the Jets. I don't think he's gonna make anything shake with this offense either. So
Yeah.
that's good money for me. Like it's always for me. Like fuck the Steelers. That's the only team like I actually hate in the NFL is the Steelers. So like
Wait, why do you hate him so much, Trav?
because that rivalry is nasty, bro. That's the one. That's the only team we like. I got love. I got some love for the Bengals players. I got some love for the Browns. Like Steelers though. Nah, we're not doing that. So uh yeah, fuck them and good luck on getting 6 wins. Like hopefully what I mean y'all might sweep the Browns, but that might be it for the division for y'all.
Are you
So
gonna be are you gonna be really happy when 3 games in the season, Aaron Rodgers is gonna go into his weed room where Metcalf no weird room in his woods and
dude,
His
just
dark
like
room, the
meditate?
dark place.
Yeah, the
yeah,
dark
I want
place.
him to keep going, go to your dark place, keep going on the Pat McAfee show every week. Like that's perfect. Like, bro, you're not focused, bro. Like you're not. I thought you
Yeah.
supposed to. You should have retired.
I was so surprised when I heard this. I was just like, bro, this was the move. This was y'all move, bro. Y'all traded away y'all traded away 2 quarterbacks. Y'all give away 2 quarterbacks. Skipped on a first round steal in Shador Sanders that y'all could have picked up realistically to
Yep.
pick up Aaron Rodgers a year. Like, come on, like that was a weak move, bro. That's a
Like
weak move.
Not even
like
as a backup policy either.
yeah, like you had 2 quarterbacks who didn't bring that much, like didn't shake shit up in your locker room. Is gonna, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like no off
yeah,
field things with them. Like you said,
yeah,
you could have gotten, even if it wasn't Shador, you could have had a handful of picks of quarterbacks in the draft,
yeah.
and then you settle for a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers he's always doing some shit off the field that has him, people looking at him crazy. I don't think he's focused for football anymore. You know what I mean? Like I just don't.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't, like I said, I would not want him on my team. So like I said, salute to the Steelers for picking him up, and you know what I
And the
mean.
backup quarterback is Mason Rudolph. It says,
Yeah,
it,
Mason Rudolph and Will
Mason,
Howard.
yeah, Mason Rudolph, one of the worst backup quarterbacks.
No,
In my
Mason Rudolph is on the Titans, I think.
Nah, I think he's still.
Steelers.
Mm-hmm. He's
Yeah,
still
He's
a
there.
two-year
back?
contract.
Yep, he's still there.
Oh
Yeah,
my god. Can Miles
yeah,
Garrett hit
trash.
again?
Cheeks,
Yeah.
cheeks.
Yes. That
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
quarterback
lie.
thing is nasty.
And we gotta stop doing this to Mike Tomlin too, bro. I'm gonna be real with you because we like to blame Mike Tomlin because that's the face that we see all the time. But he's not really the one making the trades and stuff. He's the coach. He's not the one like out like getting the players. And
Yeah.
I think it's, in my opinion, it's a setup, bro. I know when niggas getting lined up, bro. Mike Tomlin getting lined the fuck up right now, man. We,
Trust me, if they don't, because that's the whole thing with Mike Tomlin. He's never
yeah,
went below 500. This year
Yeah.
they might go below 500, and it's going to give them a reason
yeah.
to part ways with them. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, they're gonna be like, oh, Mike Thomas can't get it done. Bro, they have not got him a good quarterback, bro. They haven't
nope.
got him a good quarterback
Yeah.
since Big Ben. Like,
Yep.
come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I know he's a great coach and all. He's been doing a good job going over 500, but get him a quarterback. I think this got to fall on the GM, bro. GM's got to take
Yep.
some responsibility at some point. I mean, he's the coach, so his job is to make the best out of the players he has. But like,
Yep.
let's be real, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, like that wasn't no crazy talent right there. They gotta put pieces around him. Like,
You're
I
right.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely getting lined up and to get fired, which is crazy because the Steelers have never fired a head coach. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
They've
right.
literally went from Tom Landry or whoever that first one was to Bill Cowher. That long stretch, he retired, and then Mike Tomlin. You know, what I mean, they've never fired a coach, so he might be the first to get fired. And yeah, I
Yeah.
think the GMs and them they might be lining him up because this don't make
Yeah.
any sense. Like I said, you don't even have like a good offense. Like I think the Jets offense might have been better than this Steelers offense, and that's I'm not trying to be biased right now. I'm looking at like their offensive like roster, and it's like, dog, you left like what's my man up there? What's the receiver up there? I'm blanking
Devontae
on
Adams.
Devontae. Who's the young boy though? Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
Mm.
Garrett Wilson.
You know what I mean? And then in the backfield you had Brees Hall.
Yeah.
Like they had a solid, you know what I mean? Like you had some weapons up there, and now you're coming here where it's like you got DK Metcalf and a handful of running backs that are old and not making any noise. You know what I mean? Like,
And Mason Rudolph.
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's still early though. You know, we don't know. They might know something that we don't know. They might be in the midst of working out some new pickups, some wide receivers, I don't know. So I
Ahmad.
guess
They visited that dark place.
I'm just
I
being
hope
optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, maybe they not actually like maybe they still working on some shit. Like
Yeah, working in that
you a Steelers
mushrooms.
fan.
me, I mean, I'm not a Steelers fan. This is my Pacers yellow. It's not my Steelers
Okay,
yellow.
okay,
My
okay,
Pacers
okay,
yellow.
okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
y'all
everyone
already
is.
know I'm an Eagles fan. Y'all know this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was a Kansas. I thought he was Kansas.
No, I'm a Patrick Mahomes. That's my quarterback, but I'm an
Oh,
actual Eagles fan.
Oh,
You
okay,
so
know,
you
I
were
okay.
feel
in
me
you were
like
in a
that.
win-win for the Super Bowl. You couldn't lose that night.
Yeah,
You the
Yeah,
good money. Okay.
it's
yeah.
good money,
Okay.
man. I was happy either way.
Well, as a fan of my number one team, the New York Jets,
Good
I
Jets fan.
yeah, I have a Sauce Gardner jersey to prove it. But
Yikes.
yeah, yikes. And the I've always hated Aaron Rodgers. I've stated in this podcast early on too that like he could go in a fucking Mushroom Valley Village all he wants, and I won't give a damn. I hope he tires and just be lonely for the rest of his life. I don't really give a damn about that fuckface Aaron
God damn.
Rodgers. Yeah, I have a
Damn.
I have a lot worse words to say about Aaron Rodgers, but um, this is a PG friendly channel.
Yeah, don't get
Um,
don't get us taken down.
yeah,
Uh,
and his move to the Steelers, it might be even more crazy than the mushrooms he'd be smoking because I don't know who the fuck's on the Steelers. Like someone took Mason Rudolph, and then I completely forgot DK Metcalf was there, and I'm like, what the fuck has he done? So, and Mike Tomlin's going to carry this roster to 500. Are you kidding me, people?
I'll tell you one thing though. I'll tell you one thing. Mike Tomlin ain't the other coach, bro, on the Jets. Mike Tomlin,
True.
he ain't going for that bullshit, bro.
No.
He ain't going for that. Let him do all that pushing shit. I don't think that's going over on
No.
the
No. No.
Pittsburgh.
No. No.
Yeah,
Mike ain't
don't worry.
going for that
Aaron
shit.
Aaron Rodgers is going to give them a motivational speaker by the name of Pat McAfee, and Mike Tomlin's going to just going to go berserk. I am wishing all the worst for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season.
You and
Like,
Travis both.
yeah, no, because I think Travis, who's your team again, Travis?
I'm Ravens.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
Ravens and Steelers.
Yep.
I'm anti Aaron Rodgers. Like, so we have different purposes, but like the common goal.
Yeah,
The
it's
Steelers,
not necessarily that I hate Rodgers. I think he's like Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers was the man. Like you can
yep,
make an argument that he was,
he
top
was the
More than
five,
man.
Brady.
top five ever. Like he's got a pretty. He could throw the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it got to the point where it's like he is like the problem, and it started looking like overrated because it's like you're supposed to be this great, great, great quarterback. You got one championship, you know what I mean? Like you
One
did it
chip.
one time, you know what I mean? But I don't like to use that argument sometimes. There's some greats that don't have a ring, you know what I mean? Dan Marino is one of the greatest, and no
Yeah.
ring to show for it, you know what I mean? So, but how Aaron Rodgers carries himself, it's like in them teams he had in Green Bay, he was supposed to definitely have more than just one,
Mm.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
We gonna wrap this up. I had a quick question for y'all though. Quick question: Who y'all think has made the best moves this offseason so far in the NFL?
Um.
mm, I mean, including the draft and everything, like I like what my Ravens have done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, just defensively, offensively, I like the DeAndre Hopkins pickup.
Yep.
Because like I said, I really think DeAndre Hopkins, knowing how our offense is going to come there trying to win. So I feel like he's not going to be in his diva bag. He's going to know that he might only get thrown to 2-3 times a game, if that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like we're a run first offense. So like I feel like him being there, I feel like it's a nice safety blanket. And I think he knows that's what his he knows his role coming there at this point in his career. So I think that's a really good pickup for us. And like I said, we strengthened up our defense in the draft too. So I mean, I like what we've done. I'm trying to think of some other teams that have made some moves.
I like the Raiders. I think the Raiders have done
Yeah,
some some work on the offseason, and I like Debo Samuel's going to the Commanders. I think um
Oh yeah.
that
that's
I
a
think that's a good move.
yeah that's going to help Jaden out a lot. I think that's
Yeah,
that's a really good move for the young quarterback. He's got some more weapons now.
yeah.
Uh,
It, it,
yeah, I don't know who else. I
the
can't
best. I think
blank.
the best offseason has to belong to the New York Jets. They got rid of
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers. Enough said.
I was just curious. I was just thinking. I was
who,
scared. I
who
know put you on the spot.
who do you think you have a team in mind, or you just
I was just kind of just
The
thinking.
Jets.
I would say to me it was either the Raiders,
Oh yeah.
either the Raiders or like I said, the Commanders, just because like they had a successful season last year, and I felt like they needed to give him more weapons like to utilize. But I think if I had to pick one, it'd probably be the Raiders off the top of my head right now, just because they're adding Geno Smith, who's the wide receiver they just added to.
On the
uh,
Raiders.
Yeah,
I think they
they
got
just
someone
signed.
too.
He was
Uh,
from the. I think he was on the Rams or something.
uh I'm not
you're not
sure.
talking you're not talking about Cup. Where did Cup go?
Then he went to Seattle.
But oh yeah, you're right. He went to Seattle. I'm bugging. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. He went to Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle's not that bad.
Yeah, but they got Ashton Genty. They drafted him in the draft.
Gently, that thing was a good pickup for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
You
they
know,
made some good moves, and they got like a lot of cap space still. So I don't know. It's on the spot, so I can't really think of any other teams right now. But I think
Yeah.
they made. If I had to pick the worst one though, I would say like, in my opinion, the Cowboys, bro. Them niggas suck, bro. Them
Cowboy.
niggas are boo boo.
it's
They're
not like they're
destined.
trying to
Damn.
get like they don't
Destined.
even try to get better.
They were
They don't even try, bro. Like
They're destined for greatness, dog. They're destined for greatness and being mid.
like
they
having
picked up who they pick up? They picked up old buddy from the Steelers, that receiver.
They picked up a Cancun ticket.
Oh, George Pickens. They picked up
they
George
did.
Pickens.
Yeah, they did pick up George
Oh,
Pickens.
So now
and
I do kind of like George Pickens' game, but I don't. That's
It's
not
not
enough.
enough. It's
It's
not
not
enough.
enough, bro. Like it's not enough. Like
never enough for the Cowboys.
All right, guys. I think this is a wrap right here. We're gonna end it on this last topic. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Josh fell asleep this episode, so hopefully he's with us on Monday.
he's ducking
So
smoke, bro. That's what he's doing. He's
Yeah,
ducking smoke.
he is
yeah.
ducking smoke. He's missed
Like,
the last few episodes.
not gonna lie. Like, if Josh was here, this episode would have been like 10 minutes longer, just for the fact that he had to cover his.
His
I know
take
I said. I know I said too, but I didn't went overboard like Josh. Like, about how you say that this year's Thunder Squad is better than
better than
2012. I base
yeah.
everything on the finals, and right now the Thunder just look like I might have to rethink my decision only
He's
because we have the Thunder choked the lead.
I mean,
choke
I'm just like
KC.
Josh tried to take that shit to TikTok. They barbecue fried his ass in the comments, bro. They just they
Yeah,
barbecue that nigga in the comments. It's like, yo, this
yeah.
nigga tripping.
Yo, he's going
Put the
he was going so crazy. I'm like, yo, he's literally for someone that for Russ to be his favorite player, he
yeah.
discounted him crazy, bro, and threw
Yes,
crazy shade on that man
Uh,
like he's a bum, bro. I'm like
yeah,
come
hey,
bro.
Josh, put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. I got my wallet
yeah,
right here. Put the fries in the bag.
yeah. And like
Come on,
James Harden,
bro.
in my opinion, bro, he's talking about James Harden wasn't the MVP. James Harden, no, he wasn't. But in my opinion, James Harden, sixth man off the bench, is just
Is
as good as Jalen. It's just as good as Jalen Williams.
He didn't show
bro,
up that year in the playoffs.
like
He had like
bro,
12 points.
like him coming off the bench is big time, bro. Like
Yeah,
I don't think he realizes what that even at that point in his career how big that
yeah.
is, like a bench player like that coming off. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
I mean, the next season he went crazy. Like
yeah,
that means
yep.
he, that means he could do it. He just wasn't in the role. Like he was off the bench, so he wasn't
Yeah.
like the guy in that team. But he had it in his bag. You don't just the next season automatically just do what he did the next season in Houston and have a whole
No.
team by yourself. Like that's not how
Yeah.
that shit works. I think, like you said, Josh is definitely discounting Russell Westbrook. He's discounting James Harden. He's discounting a lot of the role players are also
Like
on that
even
team too.
I,
Jeremy
I
Lamb.
yeah, I think I said in one of those chats, like even Serge Ibaka, like who was like
Yeah,
the runner up defense player of the year, like
yeah,
Serge was a problem on defense, bro. Like
yeah.
Yep.
you know what I
Championship
mean?
experience. Like that's a huge thing with OKC now. They don't got the championship experience. They had championship experience with Perk. I think Cephalosha was he on that team? Like they
Yep,
had
yep.
Yep.
they had a lot of like really good pieces, bro.
And
I
and
think
Like
and
they
Reggie
and, and,
Jackson.
and that whole run, Cephalosha was guarding the best player. Like Cephalosha was guarding Kobe. Cephalosha was guarding like Kawhi on
yeah,
that. Kawhi Manu, like he was like a defender too, bro. Like he was just to discount that team how he was doing it is nasty work, bro.
yeah.
Like
I'm
it's
I'm glad
nasty.
they fried him. I'm glad they fried him in the comments too. Like this
And
shit was crazy.
Russ was averaging like 24 that year, which is like the
Yeah.
only person on this OKC squad who's averaging more than him is Shea.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
besides like that's it. You know what I mean? So it's like the say like, he's gonna get locked down by someone or like, nah, bro, you just
And
tripping,
honestly, I,
bro.
I honestly don't know who's guarding KD. I guess like
That's the big
I,
glaring part.
I,
That's
I don't know who's guarding that man.
that's the
Yeah.
glaring
And
part of it, bro. Like
yeah.
no one. You're not guarding him, bro. He's giving Lou Dort issues, bro. Get him out of here, bro. Like I'm not
I
that high
looked
up
up.
on
I
nobody
looked up.
like that, bro.
Yeah. I looked up Russell Westbrook's 2012 final stats. He averaged 27, and it's only really struggled on one game, and that was the first game, shooting wise. Russ was solid that year in the
And
finals.
bro,
Yeah,
So it's like,
they lost to LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh, bro. Like people
yeah,
you lost to like the GOAT, like at least two
yeah,
GOATs, like two like Hall of Fame all
yeah,
time guys in their position, bro. Like
yeah,
that's nothing to be, you know what I mean? Like just
yeah,
they got a game. You know what I mean? They didn't get swept. They got a game.
yeah.
So I mean, that's like, bro, like you have to like put some
yeah,
respect on the team, bro. Like, and I think that OKC team, I don't know if they lose any games to this Indiana team. That's where I'm at with that too.
I don't know. I feel like it's different eras too. Like I feel like
I
it
know,
was
yeah.
different. Like it's weird because it definitely even like the refereeing styles is like is different. But the thing is, it's like it's easy to discount Indiana Pacers. Like the odds against the Pacers right now is still good. You can still put money in the Pacers, and like if they win, you're gonna come up a little bit. Like people
Yeah.
still underestimate the Pacers, so I don't want to fall into that trap of being like, oh, it's the fucking Pacers because they have surprised us a lot this season.
yeah. And then
But all right,
Halliburton
guys.
was in a
Oh,
very slow start.
he was. All right, guys. It's getting late. I'm gonna let y'all go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune into the episode next week. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace.